2% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in they Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move. Whatever click you choose, you better
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Normally, my page is about things that I've seen in prison, some of the things that I've done or experienced in prison. Also things that I've done and saw on the streets that led me to prison or possibly contributed to the mind state that I had that led me to prison. So I definitely don't want anyone to think that I'm encouraging or condoning this type of lifestyle. So at times I like to do a segment that I call Free Game Friday, where I try to share a little wisdom and knowledge with those, especially the youth who are still in the streets, in the same manner that some of my older homies would share with me and my homies when we were younger, in hopes of helping us move smarter, move wiser, and eventually transition out of the streets altogether. So I think I'm going to call this Same Streets, Same Results. Reason being is because now, whether I'm scrolling through YouTube or looking at the news, and the majority of the time is through YouTube, but I may happen to see somebody lose their life in a gang shooting or a street-related shooting, or an incident or whatever, right? And one of the first things that comes to my mind is like, damn, people is still out there gang banging. And I guess due to all the time that I spent in the streets and in prison, I have gained a certain amount of knowledge and understanding. And so now I see things differently, right? But I definitely, of course, have to keep in mind that when I was young, when I was a certain age, doing certain things, I saw no wrong in what I was doing, and I definitely didn't realize and understand the potential, the consequences that came with the things that I was doing. Because of course, when we're young, we feel like we're immortal. We feel like we can't be touched. We feel like we can survive. We feel like certain things is just not gonna happen to us, right? So when I say these next words, I definitely don't want anyone to think that I'm talking about anybody specifically. I'm just saying this in general, but I know also it is applicable to someone somewhere. To someone somewhere, my next comment applies, right? And so when your homie lost his life 2 or 3 days ago, or last week, or a couple of weeks ago, or a few months ago, do you believe he felt that he was going to die? Do you believe he felt that he could be killed or murdered? Of course he didn't, because if he did, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been participating in at least that particular incident or episode or whatever it was that led to his untimely demise. So my whole point of saying that is, a lot of times in the streets, we are blinded by certain type of delusions, right? Certain type of false bravado, whether it's we think we're tough, we think we're hard, we think that our gang is hard, or we think that the pistol on us is going to prevent us from being harmed or being murdered, right? And as we know, that is not always the case, right? I also know that the more you get out there and you pop that pistol, the more you get away with things. I'm not gonna lie, man. The power of the pistol is something powerful. I wasn't no, let's say, no Johnny come lately gang member when it comes to shooting a gun. By the time I got caught, I did a whole lot. You know what I'm saying, man? I had popped my pistol often. I had popped my pistol in 3 or 4 different states, and it all got away with it, right? So when I know through experience the more you start to do something, especially when it's something illegal, whether it's stealing, whether it's selling drugs, and especially shooting, you get caught up in a sense of, I can't be caught, I'm getting away with this stuff. It's easy. And so at times we will not either think about what we're doing, or we will let our guard down, right? But keep in mind, you can shoot and pop your pistol in the street continuously for 5, 6, 7. You can have an 8-year run, but it only takes one time for you to get caught up. It only takes one time for you to get caught up, and you can potentially have your life thrown away to the system forever, right? Just due to that one mistake. And I know that when it comes to being more technology advanced, then when I was in the streets, it's so much easier now to get caught, because now you have people. First and foremost, you have physical cameras everywhere recording and seeing everything. Then you have people with cell phone devices and recording devices everywhere, right? Not only do you have those to worry about, you also have what I call the walking GoPros. It's so much telling going on, man. It's a facade. This tough stuff, I'm not gonna snitch. It's a facade, man. I've only been out maybe about 6, 7 years. And the first few years, of course, everybody else like myself, we are seeing certain individuals, basically giving their flowers on YouTube, dudes who was highly praised as gangsters. Now videos are coming out, these dudes have been telling, so on and so forth. So I say that to say everybody's level of dedication is not always gonna be on your level. You could be a super turned up, super committed gang member, but everybody around you is not. And unfortunately, in a lot of times, that will lead to a person being incarcerated, right? And so I also remember, because I was out there, like I said, I was out there, I was a prolific pistol popper, if I do say so myself, so by the time I got arrested, I had got away with several shootings, right? And so if you're new to the page, I went to a party, I started shooting, 3 people got shot at the party, right? Eventually a person started talking and making statements to the police and going to court, right? So me being young, dumb, full of bright ideas, I thought that even though I shot up the party and shot up 3 different people, let me go commit one more murder. That will stop me from going to prison. Yeah, chill, go kill somebody else, right? So I'm pursuing this witness. And my father knew what I was out there doing. My father knew the things that I was involved in. And I remember him specifically telling me, be careful, they're giving people life for murder. I said, hey, don't worry, Dad. I'm not going to get caught. We never see ourselves as capable of being caught. We never see ourselves capable of any wrongdoing coming to us in the streets, right? But then sometimes when it does happen, we are in situations that now we cannot get out of. And sometimes we're stuck in those situations for the rest of our lives or for the next 20, 30 years. I can't tell you how many times I've seen so-called super hard gangsters, grown men. I've seen these grown men turn into children, throw tantrums, kick and pound on the door when they're not let out of their cell at a certain time so they can go to the law library and research their case and try to regain their freedom, And it's sad for many of us that when we have our freedom, we're not concerned with it. We only become overly concerned with our freedom when we lose it. So I'm advising y'all, man, pay close attention to what's going on out there in the streets. Pay close attention to the people who you see around you, the people who, if you're a gang member, pay close attention to what's really going on out there with them in their lives. They're going back and forth to jail. They're being shot. It's definitely a cold situation, right? And so yesterday I'm scrolling through YouTube and I see what is a funeral. Now, it's a dude who has a picture of his homie that's being buried on his t-shirt. He's in the car with his homeboy's girlfriend, right? And they have just buried his homeboy, a dude who is on his t-shirt in the picture, rest in peace or whatever it said on there. This dude is trying to holler at his homeboy who he has just went to his funeral. He's trying to holler at his girlfriend, trying to get her to go out with him. So the loyalty does not last. I'm telling you, this dude wasn't even in the ground good, and his so-called homeboy is now trying to holler at his homeboy's woman. I'm telling you, it's a few individuals out there, right, who have that love for their hood. They was out there in their hood putting in so much work or blessing so many people or just being a quote unquote real one that when they go to prison, you have individuals who will look out for them, who will try to look out for them. But everybody is just not in a position, If dudes are out there doing the same thing that you're doing, the chances of them remaining free and in a position to send you things for a long time is not all that high as well, because if you are in the streets, you are going to get results of those people who are in the streets, right? And so you may be an individual who has a person that is willing to and able to look out for you for a few years, but to keep it 100, most times when you go to prison, after you're in there for a year or two, man, you are forgotten all about. People continue and move on with their lives, People continue doing what they do. Some of your homies will get caught, go to prison. Some of your homies will wisen up. Some of your homeboys may look at it and say, damn, you know what? Damn, they just gave Chill a life sentence. That might be my time to step away, try to get my life in order, square up and go have a family and so on and so forth. And once people are out there getting legal money and having to pay bills, car notes, so on and so forth, it's not a lot of money to continually to send to homies in jail like you may have been able to when you was getting money the ski mask way or the fast way, right? So that's just something that I'm trying to put on the minds of those people that's out there in the streets, man. Once you lose your freedom, it's hard to get your freedom back, man. Same streets, same results. It don't matter, like I said, if you in the streets of California, you in the streets of Chicago, New York, Ohio, Texas, Michigan, Arizona, the streets of Alaska. If you really out there in the streets doing quote unquote street stuff, you're gonna get the same results as all those in the streets before you, man. So whether you want to keep your freedom or whether you want to risk going to prison or going to the graveyard is up to you, man. But what I'm trying to tell you right here, same streets, same results, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.
These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playin' fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang bangin', I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playin' fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang bangin', I'd rather be a square. Yeah, I swear to God, the game is cold, homie.
What you mean?
I popped on a pussy ass nigga after he stole on me.
What happened next?
That nigga came to court and told on me.
Put that on something.
I sold my soul, homie. Called the highway patrol on me, plus the sheriffs and cops. He told him my name was Eric and I carried a Glock. Soon as you start blowing shots, them niggas going to jail. Don't have a meeting with the cops and then you going to jail. They'll tell him about the shooting, take him, show him as well. DA trying to see your cash, they gon' throw him the nails. They wanna throw me up in the cell and have me with a L again. Back to strip searchers and guards, read my mail again. Have me far away in the bay, I'm talking Pelican. Eating cold ass soy burgers and warm gelatin. I'm far too intelligent to fall for that twice. Niggas yelling gang gang and ain't about that life. And they'll turn rat right in front of your face. Get you found guilty plus 100 years on the case. Your mama in the court with tears running all on her face. Her baby shackled feet, hands and waist.
Goddamn.
These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playin' fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang bangin', I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playin' fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang bangin', I'd rather be a square. Yeah, doing life's no joke. I been where the apes been. You ain't really bout that smoke. You a vape pen.